familiar glow of the highway lights painted a comforting path ahead. Maya, confident at the wheel, felt the hum of the engine as a steady rhythm against the quiet of the night. Her city was just over the horizon, a beacon of home after a long trip. A notification blinked on her phone, mounted on the dash. It was her GPS, suggesting a new route, a shortcut that promised to shave 30 minutes off her journey. Tempted by the idea of an earlier arrival, she glanced at the proposed path, a winding line through what looked like rural back. With a decisive tap, she accepted, a small smile playing on her lips. The turnoff came quickly, a stark transition from the 6-lane highway to a narrow, unpaved road. Her headlights sliced through the encroaching darkness, illuminating a world swallowed by shadows. The smooth asphalt was gone, replaced by gravel that crunched ominously under her tires. Old, rusted road signs began to appear, their letters faded into nearer. One was completely knocked over, its arrow pointing uselessly toward a thicket of gnarled trees. A quick look at her car's GPS screen sent a jolt of unease through her. The words "signal lost" blinked in cold, digital letters. Her phone confirmed it. No service. Just as the first real seed of worry began to sprout, a thick, unnatural fog rolled in. It wasn't the gentle mist of a cool night. It was a dense, suffocating blanket that swallowed the trees, the road, and the very air around her car, muffling the world into a heavy, oppressive silence. Through the dense, swirling fog, a single, flickering light pierced the gloom. It was a neon sign, pulsing with a sickly green hue. "Stay a while, motel." Relief, tainted with a strange apprehension, washed over Maya. She pulled her car into the cracked asphalt lot of a dilapidated, Gothic-looking structure. It seemed frozen in time, a relic of a forgotten era. Of all the darkened windows, only one on the second floor held a faint, rhythmic glow. Taking a deep breath, Maya pushed open the heavy wooden door and stepped into the lobby. A chill, more profound than the night air, greeted her. Dust motes danced in the slivers of light cutting through grimy windows, and cobwebs draped the furniture like funeral shrouds. The air was stale and utterly still. Her eyes scanned the decaying reception area. An overturned velvet chair, an ancient brass bell sitting silently on the counter, a layer of dust covering everything. Then she heard it, a faint, unsettling echo, like a child's distant laughter, that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Her gaze fell upon an antique guest book, left open on the counter. Drawn by an inexplicable curiosity, she moved closer. Her finger traced down the list of names on the most recent page. A cold dread crept up her spine. The names were all strangely familiar, twisted variations of her own. Mia, Maya, Amia. And each one was dated just yesterday. As this horrifying realization sank in, a faint, distorted whisper slithered from the direction of the upstairs landing. It sounded like her own name, stretched and warped, and it sent a wave of pure terror through her. Maya, Frossi. Her heart hammering against her ribs as her eyes darted nervously toward the shadowed staircase. Panic seized her. Maya spun around and lunged for the lobby door, rattling the handle with frantic energy. But it was jammed shut, immovable as a stone wall. A strangled gasp escaped her lips as the feeling of being trapped became a suffocating reality. Her wide, terrified eyes scanned the room, searching for any possible escape. Tacked to a peeling bulletin board, partially hidden behind a flap of faded wallpaper, was an old, discolored map. She ripped it from the wall, her hands trembling. It was a hand-drawn diagram of the motel grounds. Her eyes followed the faded ink lines, which depicted a secret, overgrown path leading from the back asterisk of the building. The path cut through the woods and connected directly to a route labeled Main Highway. Next to the path, a small, crudely drawn symbol of a guiding star offered a sliver of hope. Clutching the fragile map like a lifeline, Maya desperately searched the back of the lobby for another exit. Her fingers brushed against a cold, metal handle hidden behind a heavy curtain. It was a rickety, weather-beaten door, and with a grunt of effort, she wrenched it open, revealing a dark, narrow passage behind the motel. Maya plunged into the dense, overgrown alley the map clutched tightly in her hand. The path was barely visible, a tangled mess of thorns and grasping branches that tore at her clothes and skin in the suffocating darkness. She pushed forward, fueled by adrenaline and the sheer will to escape the whispering walls of the motel. The air grew colder, the silence more profound, but she kept running, her breath coming in ragged bursts. Just when she thought the tangled foliage would swallow her whole, she burst through a final curtain of leaves and stumbled onto solid ground. The sudden brightness was blinding. She was standing on the shoulder of a busy, brightly lit main highway. Cars zoomed past, their headlights a comforting, normal sight. The oppressive fog had vanished as if it had never been. Maya turned back, her heart still pounding, expecting to see the gothic facade of the Stay-A-Wheelie motel looming in the darkness. But there was nothing. Only a dense, ordinary forest stood where the nightmare structure had been just moments before. She took a deep, shuddering breath, the clean, cool air filling her lungs with a profound sense of relief. Pulling out her phone, she saw a full set of signal bars glowing on the screen. Back in her car and speeding away, a wave of realization washed over her. It wasn't just relief she felt, but a new, sharp awareness and appreciation for safety, for vigilance, and